Well, we go to, you could take the girl out of the view, but you can't take the view out of the girl.
What?
Elizabeth Hasselbeck makes her return to the view, goes one-on-one with the hags.
Fuck.
Sunny Hostin, they talk about the borders. Fuck! And she decides to open up a fresh can of whoop ass.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I'm Giles Berganzo, and this, can you hear that? It's all the crying. But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Giles Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. Well, of course, yesterday there was no content due to time constraints, but I'm here for you. I could talk about Iran, US, Israel, Shapiro, Kelly, Tucker, Fuentes, Candace. You know, the same regurgitating of nonsensical garbage over and over again. The infighting between so-called conservatives on both sides of the aisle. But I'm going to leave that for another day. I mean, that depresses the hell out of me. But every once in a while, you'll turn something on and say, hey, you know what? That makes me happy. That brings a smile to my face. It gives me a little chuckle. What am I talking about? The View. No, not watching The View. Watching The View would make you depressed. But when you see one of the OGs come back, the alum come back, and open up a fresh can of Folgers and whoop some ass, it's always a good thing. Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who has had legendary fights with Rosie O'Donnell to the point where she forced Rosie to leave the show because, of course, Rosie was crying, come back this week. And they talk about a myriad of things, mainly the border and why it's so important. But, of course, Sunny Hostin has to step in with racisms. And of course, Sunny Hostin got put in her place with facts and receipts by one Elizabeth Hasselbeck. But it's better if you see it. And here we go. This comes out of Outkick. Elizabeth Hasselbeck puts on her old The View pals in a blender with border analogy. The former host hits the current host with a watertight analogy. Former co-host of The View, Elizabeth Hasselbeck, heads back to her own stomping grounds this week. And boy, did she ever give her former pals, not pals really, a reality check for the ages during discussion about border security. The panel was talking about the border, as they like to do, and Hasselbeck came out with some facts and receipts about the current state of crime and illegal immigration since the Trump administration tightened things up. But let's hear from her instead of me just reading it.
Put forward the statistics that zero illegals released into the U.S. for 10 months straight have not crossed, okay? That nearly 3 million aliens have left the United States, that we have the lowest murder rate in 125 years, that fentanyl trafficking is down 56% at the border, and daily encounters have gone down 96%. Hang on one second. We need a strong border, especially now with our current global
She's
situation.
just fanning out receipts.
And I believe that you may say you don't want border control and you're against ICE, but I actually don't believe you in your daily lives. How many people in the audience here had to go through security to get here? Raise your hand. Just be honest. Otherwise, you go to jail, I guess, for illegal trespassing, right? This is an authorized audience. They had to go through security to get through the border to get right here to just hear us talk. We need strong borders more than ever right now. We are being infiltrated.
But listen, can I give you a on the border when Renee Good and Alex Peretti were murdered and
Stop that right there. Of course, nonsensical garbage. Neither Renee Good nor Alex Peretti were quote-unquote murdered. They decided to be instigators, paid instigators, shoot their mouths off. They could have not done what they did, but they looked around and they found out, sadly. But those are just facts. But when it comes to the View, they don't care about facts. It's all about my feelings.
death is not a mistake. That was a murder.
As the seals clap.
As were those killed by illegal immigrants.
Let's not be dismissive about
Yes, and now let's talk about let's not talk about the hundreds of women, thousands of women who were raped and murdered over the years by illegals. No, they don't count because a lesbian agitator and a I was going to say dude likes Phil Pretty. No, he's not. Alex Pretty. No. But he was a clown, I'm good for the people. He's a good man for the people. Yeah. What happened about that?
Not dismissive. I just said all their lives matter.
Boom. I mean, she got you there, ladies. And you know how I know? Sunny host's rebuttal was to change the subject to the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, ignoring Hasselbeck's point and going back to the same ISIS bad argument. Of course, it's a bad argument. That's old Sunny for you. And when you're on the ropes, simply change the subject and bask in the applause and coming from the trained seals in the studio audience. I love the point that Hasselbeck made. You see this with celebrity all the time. They preach about stolen lands or how we open the borders, but they have their own security teams and refuse to give up their own land. Isn't it funny how that always works? Open borders for thee, but not for me. My thoughts. That was a quick one. Let me just put that out there. Elizabeth Hasselbeck, you know, you never lose the old flavor. You know, it's like riding a bike. You know, you can not ride a bike for years, but as soon as you get on one, you know, like the old adage. So she comes back knowing what she knows and knowing that the crowd is 1,000% against her. She doesn't matter. She don't get to. Just like when she used to roast Rosie O'Donnell on a daily basis on that show, she had no problem smacking Sonny with facts. And of course, Sonny had to cry and, oh, they murdered these two people. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but what about the illegals? No. I don't want to hear about that. La, 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 la. That's exactly what she did. And of course, the other hags kept quiet because they were like, well, you know what? If we open our mouths, we're going to get our asses roasted as well. So that's where you are. She puts out facts and receipts. Sonny cries, and you move on. So I thought I'd throw that out there. You know, I had a nice chuckle. It was nice to see Elizabeth Hasselbeck back in the seat again, back in her old stomping grounds, and stomping the hell out of the hags, as usual. But with that being said, I'm Jazz Borgonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.